All right, I just started recording, bro. It's been so long.
Dude, yeah, it has. We haven't spoken since I've been a
Happy Halloween, by the way.
yeah. It was yesterday for me, but happy Halloween to you.
Today there was a parade in New York City.
So you're
You know, it's
you're
pretty world famous. It's the world's largest Halloween parade.
you're not in Miami anymore.
I just came back a day ago.
I want to dude. We have a lot of life catch up to talk about.
Yeah, bro. You're in summer, and I'm in winter. I'm wearing like sweaters and stuff.
Yeah. The is it does it snow in New York or like very
Not
rarely?
yet. It's usually the first snow is around Christmas.
Oh, bro, you start. Give me your. I think the last time we spoke was just over a month ago.
Yeah.
I was still.
But
You were in New York.
I let's talk about Miami first. You've been there. You know what's up.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I have it great. I was there for like nearly a week and a half last year.
Yeah. And you hated it.
I thought it was terrible. I didn't like it at all. What was
Yeah.
your
Yeah, pretty much so. Yeah. I did everything. You know how I explore the city, I pretty see a lot more touristy things and pretty much everything there is to do. I did it.
was that your first time in Miami?
Yeah, it was my first time, probably my last time. I hope so.
Um, I will give you my interpretation, but this is with the caveat that we stayed in one area that like billionaires like
Brickle?
all over. No, not Brickell. I never went to Brickell. That's like kind of downtown.
Yeah.
Um,
That is the center.
we stayed where like Messi has their house, PPD has their house, Michael Saylor has their house. Bro, you couldn't.
You're West Palm Beach. That's not even Miami anymore.
West Palm Beach. Is that the main beach?
So if this is Florida, Miami is here. West Palm Beach is this like a downward drive north.
No, 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 no. We were in Miami, Miami. Um,
Then how can you miss Brickell?
because we were like, what is the main beach in Miami?
South Beach,
South
Mid
Beach.
Beach, and North.
We were like a 5 minute bike ride north of
South
any
Beach.
South Beach with the gym. If you
Okay, then how can you miss Brickell? That is the center of everything. That's where all the actions are.
maybe we did go to Brickell, but yeah. Here's my thing of it. First of all, I didn't think Miami felt very American, or it was very different to every other American state.
Very Latin, Hispanic.
Everyone was speaking Spanish, super Hispanic. I
Yeah.
had him, uh, which was surprising. The other thing, everything was crazy expensive. I couldn't believe the amount of money we were
Hmm.
paying, like, because we were going to restaurants and whatnot. It was ridiculous. For like, I there was no noticeable increase in quality of food. The nightlife we went out, I saw it was very below average for like the amount of money we were spending. Um, we met some like older women out and they were like begging us for cocaine.
Oh
Um,
wow.
like just like weird stuff, dude.
The mo Yeah.
And there wasn't that like American hospitality or Southern hospitality that I really like about America. It was very like kind of cold and lots of homeless people didn't feel very safe there either. Yeah, yeah. Well, my interpretation. What was it?
Alright, I'll start from the food. Yeah, it's not that good. So, you know, like the one of the if you Google the most expensive or the best restaurant in Miami, a place called Cote pops up. COTE. It's at the designer district. I'm not sure if you went there. Designer district is basically a couple blocks, like side by side luxury stores. Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Givenchy stuff. So two person, couple $100, and I left the restaurant hungry. The first thing when I leave the restaurant is where can I find a fucking McDonald's? It's so fucking bullshit. And it's it's one of those, uh, like, they cook that shit like a waiter keeps moving around tables and cooking for you in front of you, type of dumb shit. Wagyu beef. But personally, I brought somebody there. I just don't think it's worth the money.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And for the city Brickell, Miami is not in lack of land at all. Like 15 minutes, you drive out, there's like vacant block, but everybody's all jammed together in Brickell. I feel like all the guys are renting luxury or expensive apartments, buying overpriced foods to impress girls who buy expensive clothes and the expensive makeup and the guys that rent the cars. It's whole a- and it's a whole economy in it of itself that I don't think is a game I want to participate in.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think that's a great way. I think you hit the nail on the head with that one. The did you see it's so weird, bro, because we kind of are familiar with the online money making people, and everyone like the heart of that is in Miami, and everyone wants me and get a penthouse. And but going there, I was like, why? You have all of these people are making tons of money
Yeah.
and have location freedom, and it's like, why would you move here of all places?
And for like from all I saw like interviews of those so very lucrative business is car rental business or luxury clothing rental service there. And every single guy who rents the car will rent Airbnb. Yo guys, I'm telling you, the Miami energy is real. When you see another guy just drive a whatever expensive Lamborghini by, you get inspired type of bullshit.
Uh, yeah, well, I rate that you don't rate it as well. Because if you were like, dude, Miami was sick, there were Lamborghinis every
Yeah, we probably won't be friends.
yeah, I'd be like, that's interesting. What's it? Um,
So do you know this guy Ethan? That's the guy I had. We met up twice, for dinner, and the second time I visited him at his. I worked a little with him at his place. He lived at Brickell, so I get to visit luxury apartments as well. Is he a very intelligent guy, both technical and very have a great understanding of viral marketing as well.
he's a like online money business guy, like in that circle.
Not really. He built consumer apps. That's how we bonded.
Oh, okay, cool, cool.
Yes, he made this app called Parallel Live. He basically, I'm sure you've seen TikToks of it. It's the simulator of Instagram live stream. Basically, you just put it up and pretend you have 20,000 people watching you live, and you get a girls gone cloud go to places. He built that,
That's funny.
and he made a couple $1 million from this app alone.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah,
So what was the how did that make money? Was it a one-time payment?
weekly subscription. He used to do the um, one-time payment, but later a copycat of his showed him that it's way more lucrative to charge it bi-weekly and people wouldn't care, and that's it.
I'm guessing that app is kind of dead because I used to see it maybe a year ago everywhere, or maybe even longer, like 18 months ago everywhere.
I don't know, but the main target audience are pretty much teenagers, and we're not even in their gang anymore, man. How familiar are you with the 6'7" meme?
6, 7. But I'm not own. Yeah. Look, I can still hang with the kids.
Yo, the
I don't know what it means, nor do I understand the hand signal. I just know that it's funny. Someone explained it to me is remember in high school when people would just say 21 because of that Vine meme, what's 9 plus 10, 21? And then whenever 21 was said, people would laugh. And yeah, devil.
um, yeah, whoa, I lost my train of thought. Yo, what do you want to talk about?
Um, I want to talk about 6'7", dude. I did it at Run Club, but because
Yeah.
everyone here is like they're even older than us, they're like
Yeah.
average age like 35. No one knew what the fuck I was talking about. They're like, "Why the fuck do you keep saying 6'7"?"
Have you seen that in McDonald's, all the when the order number hits 65, 66, and all the kids would gather and you're up.
I think it's funny. I rate 6'7". I think it's funny. Yeah,
The point of it is you are an outsider, you don't get it.
yeah,
That's the point. Just
it's funny, bro. I rate that. I think good meme. Um, what are your plans now? You're back in New York. Any plans to go anywhere else?
uh I don't know. I'm thinking about Miami. No, Brazil.
Oh, you're losing your fucking mind in your old age, man. You're
Or, anyway, I gathered a couple of things I wanna.
What do you mean you're thinking about Miami?
No, I'm not.
You're thinking about
And
Miami.
and I speak Spanish, right? So I get passed by a lot of the conversations. For example, if I go grocery shopping, I get in a bus asking how to pay. Like people wouldn't. They will speak back to me in Spanish. So if he's a foreigner, they would talk back in English. But I felt a little better practice because I haven't spoken for a while.
You said you were thinking of going somewhere, but where?
Brazil.
Oh, dude. I've met I think 2 Brazilian people while I'm out here, and the way they spoke about Brazil made me want to go to Brazil.
It has a very live digital nomad community as well. Want to check it out? There's this island called Florianopolis something, very famous.
Just the culture of the people and I think I'd enjoy Brazil. Just
I
the like
I can scout
culture.
it for you. It's probably 30 hours for you to go there, so I will go easy on
Huge
that.
commitment. That was like Miami. It took us so long to get there, and it was so disappointing that because Josh and with me when we went,
Yeah, poor guy.
dude,
You
we
had to make him suffer with you. What kind of bro are you?
well, the party made it worth it, and like seeing Michael Saylor and all these people because it was like that's some like Illuminati level. Fuck.
I today I just watched the podcast of My First Million interviewing Nancy Pelosi. No wait, oh Katie Wood. Sorry, I always mix them up. Katie Wood, the headphone lady. Yeah,
Oh, Kathy Wood.
Kathy Wood.
Oh, did I talk about?
It's check it out. It's the latest episode on My First Million.
I haven't watched My First Million in months, but
So,
so
how about you say your impression of Katie Wood first, and I'll give you my response.
she's very well spoken, and I agree with her overall ideas. I think they're spot on, but her actual performance and the way she's executed, she's underperformed the S&P. She's underperformed pretty much everything, but that's not necessarily reflective of her ideas or her. It's that in investing, I think like 95% of actively managed funds underperform just holding an ETF or whatnot. So I think she's worth listening to. Her ideas are correct, but like actually investing with her fund, I think is a pretty bad idea. And her performance has showed that.
Correct. First of all, she gives a lot of freebies. You know, the knowledge bits researches on her Twitter, which is good. The research are very well researched, very deep. However, on the other hand, when Sean Porey asked her, "Hey, what's your response to that? You're not even like outperforming the index fund," and she's just giving babbling. I don't like her. She rubs me off in the wrong way. She's always, she never answered the question. Like she spoke words fell out of her mouth like shit out of your hole with no meaning,
Yeah, yeah.
driving circles.
And yeah, that's why I don't think take the like big ideas away because I think they're correct, and her ideas are like we're living through the fastest growth of innovation, so you want to be invested in crypto, artificial intelligence technology, which I think is the correct way to invest. But bro, if you look at actively managed funds, just the percentage they take to manage your funds is like criminal.
Crazy.
is insane. So it's like they kind of have to be politicians. But the other good thing that ARK Invest do, even the reason that we're talking about her, there's tons of hedge funds like her, but their marketing is unlike any other. And what you said is right. They give away so much free like research, free knowledge. She goes on a bunch of podcasts that they like punch way above their weight because their marketing, it's like they use social media unlike other traditional hedge funds, actively managed funds, do, which is
Okay, maybe you can enlighten me on this. C4, people buy very expensive art pieces. I get it. It's money laundering. It's tax benefits. However, I don't understand if you're so rich, you have so much money to invest in a hedge fund into Cathy Woods. Why do you not see it that you are getting worse return? You're supposed to be the smart rich guys. What am I missing here?
um because dude, there's a lot of rich people that are financially illiterate, completely financially illiterate. There's a difference.
No,
Yeah, 100%. You can 100% get rich. Think of people like Kai Cenat, XQC. Those guys are worth hundred. Aiden Ross. They're worth hundreds of millions of dollars and would be maybe not all of them, but like people like Aiden Ross would have no idea about the different wealth management things. People get passed down money from rich parents, have absolute no financial literacy. Um, so those two things do not go hand in hand, and nor are they necessarily correlated. Like understanding all of that stuff while also having money.
hmm. It's like hiring a personal financial counselor.
Yeah,
You should just better off.
there's whole businesses of people dedicated to like targeting these people and trying to get their money out and managing their money, and they'd take 2 or 3%. That's who Epstein was. He managed the money of, I think, the guy that ran Gucci or like a bunch of designer
Mhm.
brands because he was a good business person and good at making money, but financially he like outsourced his literacy and he got absolutely rinsed. And
Mm,
Jeffrey Epstein didn't do anything productive. He essentially just rinsed and leached this guy of like a ton of his money.
hmm. All right. Um, should I wear headphones or
No, I didn't think so.
okay? Because I'm using the speaker of MacBook and it goes back to this. I was just afraid it might interview, but you're right. Okay, I guess I'll just figure out when I'm rich.
I think you're more financially literate than the majority of people did already.
And a nice thing I wrote this line is there are only three forms of leverage that is scalable. Leverage you can use in your life. Do you know what they are?
Uh,
I'll give you the hint. Right, they all three words. They all start with the letter C.
one is capital.
You got it.
Um, I think there's one is code.
Yeah. Wow, you got 2 out of 3. The last one.
I think
You're doing
one
that.
is content.
Yeah.
Like,
Bingo.
influence. But what about like other people? I guess that's under capital.
Connection.
Yeah, connect.
Eh?
If you can hire other people, I guess that's capital. So yeah, true.
Bro. Wow. Fucking nailed it. Great job.
Bro, yeah, and the name of the game with making money is like mastering one of those things. So what you're doing with consumer apps is kind of mastering code. I think the easiest way and the easiest one to master is content and getting attention on things.
Now the more the technology advances, the more I realize the ability to market something and go viral and make people care, storytelling are more and more fucking valuable. Now,
Yeah.
like everybody can code any mobile apps, but how you market it, how you doesn't matter if you pay influencers or stitch previously organic viral content to your own reels. It's a skill.
100%. Um, bro, and yeah, attention is a finite resource that everyone fights over. So the that's why what I was doing with my Instagram when we spoke about this earlier this year when I was building it was I didn't want to build the product or service, I wanted to build the distribution first and then be like, what do people want? Because it's almost harder to work out how to get the distribution and the marketing before you build the product. My problem was the product that people wanted, I didn't want to provide or build or
Mm,
do anything with.
I feel you.
So
Do you know Rick Rubin?
yeah, the like
He's like
like
the poster boy of he's basically in the music industry. He everything he touches turns into gold, all the songs. However, the thing is he has zero technicality. He doesn't know how to remix things. He doesn't know how to play music instrument. He doesn't sing. He doesn't know, those complex panels you fine tune the music. Nothing. I used to look down at him, but now I realize, wow, maybe it is the very taste of music that we will need in the future. Given that we now live in an over industrialized age or society, no, like all the groceries in the supermarket, they're overproduced. All the things you can manufacture in China, they're overproduced. All the clothes, all the apps, all the code, there's overabundance. Ability to market it is the key now.
yeah. But then if you go one step further, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts about like like what AI makes the world look like in like 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
And if everything goes to zero, I don't even think attention is worth anything because like value and money as a concept almost have to shift if the cost of everything comes to zero, and it will be other thing. Maybe it will still be attention of people, and that will be a form of currency or the deeper you go down this rabbit hole, the more like weird and philosophical it gets.
Uh, I think within the next 5 years, everybody's gonna have UBI. Like now, in any developed country, you can get $200-300 a month. Like it's nothing, right? Like welfare check. As very soon we'll get $2-3,000.
Yeah, I agree. I think UBI has to come as things get better. And yeah, dude, the one thing, one investment that I'm super invested in, not invested in, but like attention, like watching is real estate and property. I think are going to be terrible investments over the next like 5 to 15 years. As soon as humanoid robots and the cost of building things comes down, bro, because these two things, this is kind of a side tangent, but I've been thinking about it a lot because everyone's obsessed with buying a house, buying property, saving up. It's like the American dream, the Australian, the like Western world dream is to buy a house. And it's like a big life event when you buy a house. I think people buying houses are going to get rinsed because the cost of building them is going to come down so far. There's two things. Cost of building them is going to come down so far. And depopulation, as population slow, there's no like increased demand for people living. So there's going to be a lot of effort and money spent into building the supply, but the demand is coming down at a certain point.
But I think in big cities, the center locations are gonna be more valuable.
Yeah.
They'll
Bit
keep
like
going up.
scarce places like on the beach. Like,
Manhattan of New York.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They'll always be expensive. But like, let's say they turn off immigration completely.
Mm-hmm.
That supply of people wanting properties and houses gets turned off very fast. As soon as population goes over the bell curve and starts coming down, that's gone. And yeah, but the caveat being scarce, desirable real estate will continue to go up. People will always want to live in the center of Manhattan, in
Yeah.
Miami, on the
Do
beach
you think people will be rendered useless or they will be more busy?
with AI.
Everything. Robotics, AI,
I
tech.
think they'll be rendered useless, but we'll find other things that will be like meaningful and useful to us. Dude, it's hard. It's hard, and you can only speculate and guess. I think two cool things. I think we spoke about it on a previous podcast. People going back to like olden things and kind of rejecting as the internet gets flooded with like
Like Amish.
Yeah, kind of. You know how people go back to digital, like point and shoot cameras,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
lit phones and things like that? I think that's interesting. I think people will go to more bro, the rise of run clubs and the rise of like the younger generation using point and shoot cameras for their Instagrams and like Polaroids and all of that stuff. I think maybe we see an even stronger push to that. Another
I read
thing, bro,
uh-huh.
generation coming up now is the first generation to have more church attendance than previous generations. Every previous generation, church attendance has come down.
Yeah, now it's going up.
Oh, it's gone up. That's super interesting too.
Have you seen the like, Christian guys that a lot of like the Mark guy, the celebrity in the teddy bear, like oh they're all ripped, they go to gym, they love their family, they pray to God, church, value.
Yeah, it's super, bro. There's it's so interesting observing culture even just in our lifetime, and it's like a pendulum. And whenever like a big cultural push happens, there's a counterculture that swings back. So it's like I feel like the left was really in charge while we were in high school, early college, and then it
Yeah.
swung back really hard. Same thing with religion. It's like everything, bro.
Back to the previous topic of will people be render useless. I think most people just play video games. However, everybody say this time is different. Okay, travel back in time with me. As soon as the printing was on paper was invented, everybody was like, "Oh, this is over. We don't need to meet in person for class anymore. The classroom doesn't need to teach you uh, spitting words at you for an hour. We can just read now." As soon as the radio was invented, everybody's, "Oh, we can communicate at home. Like, why we need to meet at the office?" As soon as the TV was invented, everybody said, "Oh, we have the internet. Like, we don't need to meet in person anymore." As soon as the computer was invented, as soon as the phone was invented, "Oh, we got Zoom. We can video call any time." But every single time we were proven wrong that people crave meeting in person more and more.
Yeah. 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 Dude, it's very interesting. I don't know. I don't know what happens with like what do people spend their time doing? There's you like to think that hmm, we would just have all this free time and we could use it to be leisurely and hang out with your family and do things that matter. But there's always going to be some weird status thing that people will, like humans will always be humans and be looking at the social hierarchy and be striving to achieve different things and be working at those things. I think those just kind of shift over time. So right now is definitely like money centric. But if money, the concept of it somewhat changes, I think there's something else that people grind towards. And it's not this like utopian thing. It's like just the form of status signaling changes.
Hmm. Let's see. I couldn't see the future.
Yeah.
You want to make a pivot to the health?
Yeah, we can talk about health.
So, this Sunday is the world known New York Marathon. Basically, you run 5 boroughs from Staten Island to Brooklyn to Queens to Bronx to finish in Manhattan Central Park.
That's cool.
I was wondering if I no, I don't. I thought about it, but that's it. Not only thought about it. Do you think if I just drag you with me to the racetrack like Sunday morning, could you do it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, easy. Not easy, but I could 100% do it.
Wow, impressive.
I ran when I turned 28. Damn, that was 3 weeks ago now. Time flies. I ran 28 kilometers and that wasn't too bad. And I'm training for my Ironman, so that's like what's taking up most of my time. I'm swimming, running, or biking every single day. So, yeah, I'm in marathon shape. The thing I will say with these ultra endurance things, I don't I will be glad after I do this Ironman, I'm not doing anything else. I'm not gonna run another marathon. I'm not gonna do any more ultra endurance because it pushes endurance so far that I don't think it's healthy anymore. And it takes so much energy and like vitality that you have to give up other things and it makes your physique worse. So I
I'm sorry. I think I forgot to congratulate you on your happy birthday.
on a no sweat, bro.
Yo, bro.
Uh, um,
How did you celebrate this year?
my dad was down in. Did we ever go to Costa, the meat place here? It's like a barbecue place. It's not Ali's barbecue. It's like a there's like a fancy barbecue place in Rawai. I went there with my dad. He had a friend over, and then we had a group of like 3 digital nomads. We kind of have a like friendship circle here. We did that the next day, and we went to Bangalore Road.
October 9th or 10th, right? October
Oh,
10th.
fuck.
I feel bad.
I'm unk, bro. I'm unk.
Did any girl wish you happy birthday that give you a crush?
Um, no, no crushes. I met. I've sort of been taking my foot off the gas um with working, and I've been being a bit more social. And I met a very lovely Belgian girl last week. But she went on. She continued traveling. But yeah, I'm enjoying meeting people out here. As it continues to get later in the year, more and more Europeans come, so it's quite fun.
Let me send you a gift. Mail you a gift.
Um, bro, you don't have to, first of all, but if you do, send it to Australia. Do not send it here.
Okay, I remember what happened last time. Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Uh,
I don't want to
so
fucking deal with it.
I did a full body health check. I went to my family doctor, and I got a test the blood and the urine, and
Did
every single doctor, like, when whatever that machine is called, they put it on your heart to listen.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And they always send me to the next like some electric wire, because I have a heart problem.
What?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
It's called murmur. It's not something
Yeah.
out of my lifestyle. It was when I was born. The doctor said I was born too early, but according to my mom, I was born a little too late. But anyway, my heart just beats different. And given that I don't drink caffeine, the other day I tried a little bit mocha, and my heart was having pain.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna die of heart-related disease in my 70s or 80s.
Nah, bro. Like AI will fix. Like there'll be some health fixes, but yeah, my sister has a heart murmur. To my understanding, they're not too like they don't interfere with your life that much. But do you have to be careful with like exercising or anything like that?
The doctor said I shouldn't go too crazy, too extreme.
Really?
Yeah, he said that. No, whatever.
Interesting. Interesting. Everything else was good?
Yeah, no STDs. It was clean and stuff.
That's good. Bro, do you know what we were doing a year ago today?
No.
We were on the Hajan Loop.
Oh, wow. It's been a year.
I know,
Oh,
bro.
Lord. What I've done? Like,
Um, yeah, dude, 27 to 28 was a very fun year. I was reflecting on it. Bro, what was interesting, I ran 1 kilometer for every year that I was alive. And what was interesting is there's whole years that I can barely remember. I mean, from like 0 to 12 is like you can't remember much anyway. But like even in my 20s, there's years that it's like I can only remember 2 or 3 big things that happened in that year. Or I need to like scroll through my photos to like remember what I was doing. So I don't know. It's interesting to look back on that, like a lot of the day-to-day things are completely meaningless and you don't remember you literally do not even remember them. And it's just like the 2 or 3 big things that you did. So in the last year, it was the Vietnam trip that we did, coming here to Rawai first. Oh, you didn't come to Bangkok. You traveled on. But the Bangkok trip that we did, Krabi, and then doing 75 hard and the ultra marathon, those are like the big things that I remember the last year. Um, you know the my viral Instagram reel about having a masogi, that Japanese
Yeah.
meal? I think that's such a good way to live your life because it's like you do have this massive thing, and it doesn't have to be fitness or health related. It can be a trip, it can be a social thing, it can be a business thing. It'd be like, "That was the year I launched this business." Um, because, yeah, each year is really only defined by, like, 1 or 2 big events, and I think planning that with intention is such a good way to live your life.
Agree. Jesse Isler propelled that idea a lot, and he made a giant poster, like a gigantic calendar on your
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
entire wall. That's a good product for you to sell.
I wanna buy that actually, I think that's such a good product.
It's cute. Are you in the same room?
Yeah. Same,
What? Why you like it so much?
dude, it's cheap here, I like the maid that comes here, the location's good, all the staff of the building know me now. It's just I like it here, I really like it here.
Wow, that's crazy.
With that being said, I think this will be the last stint that I'm here. Um, bro, the reason I came back, I was either staying at home in the suburbs of Sydney, living with my mum and older sister who are in my house, which is like, I love my family, but I cannot stand that. I cannot stand that living situation. Or I had to find somewhere that I can run, swim, and bike. I need to be able to do all three. And it's very hard to find a proper bike and pool that I can swim, but I knew I could do both of them here, so I came back here.
What's your next stop?
Um, so I'm here till December 22nd. I'm gonna do a bunch of small trips while I'm here. Have you been in Krabi?
Yeah.
Um, I only went there for like a week with my dad, some of his friends, and Josh. That was I think I told you a bit about it. We can't talk about it on the podcast, but we got up to some mischief in Krabi. Um, there's a lot more things there that I had so much fun there, and I want to go back. And there's a lot of things I want to do there, like actual sightseeing stuff. And I want to do PP Islands. I want to do Khao Sok. There's a lot of like small trips around here that I want to do. So each week I'm gonna do one of those until I leave here. Gonna do that until Christmas, and then I don't know. I'll go home for Christmas. I need to be in New Zealand March next year, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
What are you doing in New Zealand?
My Iron Man, bro.
Finally.
When is it? March next year.
So you gotta stay in Asia or Australia until then.
Yeah, I
You
got
can travel
best
far.
somewhere that I can train a lot. So it'll either be here or Sydney. But that's just for 2 months. That's just January and February. Australia will be okay because it's summer and it's hot. Um, Here will be peak season. What about you? What are your plans? Stay in New York, come back to
I don't know, man. I don't know. If I were to travel, I'll go to Latin America. That's the most convenient for me. If I'd fly to Asia, it's pretty painful. It's like 10+ hour flight plus a transfer.
bro, I love having Thailand as a home base. It's like it has all the things that I want besides like 1 or 2 things.
I I don't know. I'm feeling kind of low. Just time just flies in front of my eyes. Like I tried so hard to grasp it, but I couldn't. You know that kind of feeling?
Yeah, I get that. But
Helpless. I'm kind of feeling kind of helpless.
bro, at the end of the day though, it doesn't matter. Did you know that guy then that died in a sauna? He's one of the Miami
Oh,
Heats that
yeah.
committed.
Yeah. Nobody remembers him now, by the way. Nobody even talk about Charlie Kirk anymore.
Yeah. But bro, that's the like as I've gotten older, the less I've like hung on strongly to identity and the passing of time and whatnot. I've very much internalized. It's very easy to say these like quips, but like to actually internalize them, I think it takes years. That like things really don't matter, bro. And it's I think one of the best things that you internalize as you get older is you don't care so much about the passing of time and the opinions of others and the way you think your life should be unfolding. And that might sound like a cop out, but it's something of the last year and especially over the last few months I've really internalized that it's like your younger self may have thought that you had this set path to have made a certain amount of money or to be a certain level of success by a certain age or a certain point in your life. But it's like, I don't know, seeing someone like Ben Bader die very much reinforces that, dude, genuinely nothing matters. And it's like, even if you achieve those things, it wouldn't change anything whatsoever. Your quality of life would barely even incrementally improve. And um, yeah, I think a good way to live is to just put less pressure on all of the things that you think you so badly want and grasp onto. I don't know if this is making sense at all. It makes sense in my head, but just letting go of these things and pursuing them from a place of not pressure, but of genuine interest. Because nothing matters, bro. Nothing matters. Like, does
I
do you know if
adapted
this makes sense?
a kind of different mentality. I read this story when I was young. So basically, a guy in New York was he's doing his morning routine, right? Trying to get to work. And the subway car's conductor just very rudely shut the door, even though he was only 2 steps away. He was extremely mad. He hammered the wall. He kicked it. He had to wait for the next train, which means he will be late. And he said that he forgot to mention that the date is September 11th. So ever since that, not a single day he was mad or angry, because he said that every single day that I have here, I'm what's the word? Granted,
Yeah.
you could use the same. Had anything happen to your head during the motorcycle slide or anything when I was swimming in Mexico, I could have been drowned. The world will rotate just as is. No, not nobody would care. Nothing would change.
Exactly, bro. And the way I've kind of adopted it is outside of like if you remove all the like really bad vices that'll fuck up your life, like doing drugs or drinking or playing games or like just like do whatever you really feel drawn to, and you're gonna have a pendulum of swinging back and forth. That's why on the previous meeting, I was said I was gonna launch a school community, and you said you were gonna do a consumer app, launch a consumer app, and we're gonna get a first sale and whatnot. But as I was like pushing that, I was feeling a ton of friction because most of this year I've just been grinding, and I was like, I feel a lot more drawn to just be a bit more sociable, meet more people, go out more, have a bit more freedom in your things so you can meet up with people, enjoy life a bit more. And a quote that stuck with me that you said maybe a year ago was, "You'll regret it if you do it, and you'll regret it if you don't do it." And it's like really internalizing that whatever you do, there's going to be trade offs, whether you're successful, whether you travel, like you're gonna regret whatever life path that you go on. So
Yeah.
like just letting go and just yeah, I don't know. The Ben Beta thing, bro, I really he kind of looks like me, and I'd watched a bunch of his videos and I'd really identified with the way he thinks. And to see him just die at so young with like he had all the things, bro. He had money freedom, he was made doing 6-figure plus months, and it's like I don't know. The things he was probably thinking about that day was like what video gonna upload or what like I
Yeah.
don't know. You know what I mean? And it's like all of that shit is so meaningless at the end of the day. And even just looking back on the years of my life and the few small things, it's never like I'm so proud of that video I uploaded or the money I made or this achievement. It's like it's actually things that you think are less meaningful, but then in retrospect, they are the most meaningful things. I don't know the like overall like takeaway, and I don't think you can summarize this line of thinking into like a nugget and an actionable sentence that you can take away on. But my more overall point being like that feeling you just described of like where did the time go, and like I think the sadness you get from that feeling is you think that doors have closed to you and that potential is shrinking and that opportunities are now gone, or that you're not at a point that you should have been. And my overall point is that all of that is imagined and it's not even real. And even if you achieve those things, there would be other things that you have on top of that. It's like an endless game of shit and imagined pressure that has disappeared that isn't actually there. So there's no reason to have those negative feelings. Did that make any sense what I just said?
It reminds me of among the hippie yoga dreadlocks people. They have this famous exercise. I think it has two variations. One is imagine you're in your 80s, you're dying of cancer, extremely ill. You pray to God. You'd trade any single thing you have in order to be 27 again. And amongst all your tears, you finally uh, well, the God finally granted you your wish, and you wake up. Now you're 27. Another variation is that now imagine you don't have full limbs, right? You lost them in whatever car accident. You imagine you don't have hearing, you cannot speak, you're blind, etc. Now you pray that you'd trade for anything just to be healthy again, and now you can open your eyes.
The thing with getting older, and I feel you on that because especially and as you get towards 28, you'll probably have these feelings even more. And I just went through all of the feelings and we're getting towards the end of our 20s and they're only going to increase and increase until we turn 30. I think it's the big like fear and negative feelings that come along with it is you think that doors are closing. You're like, oh, I won't be able to date the girls I want to date because I'm too old for them now. Or I should have made more money by this stage of my life. But those things aren't true. It's a privilege to grow older and you sort of internalize these like more wiser points. I find it's only easier to attract the types of girls that you want to attract as you get older. I've seen literally a correlation between it getting easier and more attraction with the types of girls. So I don't think that door closes to you. And then they're like, I should have done this thing. I should have made this amount of money is like completely imagined. And that's a game that never stops. Let's say you had built a crazy consumer app, you had a crazy personal brand and you made 10 mil by 27. I think you'd still be feeling like shit because you hadn't made 100 mil. You hadn't done a Mark Zuckerberg by your age. Does that make sense? It's like this pressure is imagined and it would always be there. So it's like you might as well just let go of it completely because it doesn't matter. And in retrospect, it doesn't matter either.
So during the app week events, I met a lot of consumer app founders. Some of it are worth 5, 10, 15, 20 mil, about that range. And guess what? Not a single one of them, not a single one is somewhat, even a little bit satisfied with their status quo.
100%, bro. Exactly. What, yeah, what you just said, you understand what I'm saying is like that, like, oh my God, like I've run out of potential or I've run out of these opportunities have now closed to me is completely false and wrong. The other ways to think through it is that like our quality of life, we've discussed this as well. Our quality of life and Elon Musk's quality of life, it's like they're very comparable. We use the same
Yeah.
laptop, we had a phone. He might go on a private jet and we have to fly on a normal airliner. It's like the actual tangible difference in quality of life are very different. And it's like, let's say you had grinded and made a bunch of money. I guarantee you would have looked back and been like, I wish I'd traveled when I was in my 20s. Like, I regret so much not seeing all these places, meeting all these people. Like, what you, bro, it's such a deep quote. You'll regret it if you do it. You'll regret it if you don't. That you can apply to like, should I get married? Should I not get married?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Should I not do that? It's like no path has is the right path. There's just trade-offs to each one, and you will regret and miss the trade-offs. Same thing, it's like, where do I live? What do I do? It's like the grass is always green on this side because you're gonna miss the trade-offs that you don't have.
have you heard that metaphor that life is like toilet paper? The closer you are to the end, the faster it rolls. And I could swear to you that my first decade of my life is the slowest. The teenage year is a little bit faster. Now my 20s decade is like 50 if not 100% faster.
I know, bro. Imagine 30 to 40.
And all those like 60 to 80 years old, I feel like you just be a blink.
My um, sister's fiance's dad. So I guess my father-in-law, father-in-law to be, he said to me, and he's about to turn 60. He was like, when I was your age, and he said, it goes by like that, by the way. He's like,
Yeah.
literally, it feels like yesterday I was your age. And I was like, damn. And I think we can already get a sense of that because it's been 10 years since I graduated high school. Dude, it
Oh
went by
well.
like that. It went by so fast. Like, um, is the quote, "The days are long, but the years are short"?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think I said it.
I very much feel that.
Wow. And the previous one is Bernard. The original is the Bernard Shaw. He said, "If you want to go get married, go get married. If you want to stay single, stay single. You guys are gonna regret it anyway. Either way."
I think
And
that's yeah, you told me.
yeah, and also, no matter how you spend your 20s, you will regret about it. It doesn't matter if you do entrepreneurship or like a status driven job title, travel the world, stay single, getting married. You're gonna regret about it. So just do whatever the fuck you want.
Bro, this is getting super philosophical, but let me go one layer deeper because I
Okay.
just discovered this recently. This gets, like, almost on the border of, like, science and philosophy and all this shit. The the thoughts in your brain are they've proved this study again and again. The thoughts in your brain are just the collective signals that your body is sending to you, if that makes sense. So it's like, if you haven't eaten and you haven't slept, all of the signals that your biological body, your unconscious mind that like keeps your heart beating, keeps you breathing, fights off illness, there's like a distributed intelligence that isn't your conscious thoughts. Does that make sense?
Yeah, keep
Un-
going.
So you have this unconscious. Those signals are what makes up your conscious thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
and your those your distributed intelligence or your unconscious has already decided to do it, and your conscious thoughts are just your way of explaining and justifying why you did that action. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This gets into the like argument of free will. So it's like they've proved it again and again in like studies that they'll have brain scans on people and they'll test them when they're going to click a button, and they're like, you can click it whenever. And they know that the body has decided to click it far before the person consciously realizes that they've decided to click the button. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the unconscious distributed intelligence of the body has made a decision, and then your conscious mind comes up with thoughts to justify why you've done it, or that you consciously decided to do it, even though it was your unconscious mind. So it's like your conscious thoughts aren't even yeah, I don't know what the takeaway is, but there's like you don't even have free will really. You're just
Yeah, 100%.
distributed intelligence that we can't even really comprehend, and our conscious thoughts are just weird justifications and our brain trying to justify why things are happening.
It reminds me of the book System 1, System 2. System 1 is the fast, intuitive and unconscious system, and System 2 is the slow, deliberate, and logical system. And also the saying that it's not that we think, then we do something. It's that we do something, then we find a reason for it.
Yes,
We think
bro.
of a reason, we rationalize a reason for that. And there has been numerous scientific experiments that that do this. People don't know what they're doing.
100%. And even we don't know what we're doing because we've pre-decided it, and then we've justified and rationalized our conscious thoughts that our conscious brain decided to do that even though we didn't. So if you look at it from that lens,
Mhm.
it's like, why judge anything at all? This is getting super hippie, but it's like, I think it's actually a useful and good way to see the world because you don't have these negative thoughts about time or the passage of time or bad things. Because it's like, you're almost just this distributed intelligence, and your conscious brain is just a passenger that is experiencing all these things. I know that sounds super hippie and like
Yeah.
metaphysical and weird, but I hope that makes sense. All of this to just explain why, like, no one should have negative feelings about growing older, and it really is a privilege of growing older, and none of these doors are closing or whatnot.
Life is for granted in the first place, so just cherish your short existence on this planet.
100%, bro. 100%. And I guess the takeaways to this like whole weird philosophical rabbit hole we've fallen down is to not take things as serious, to not worry about things because it doesn't matter in retrospect, and then to prioritize the like things that seem meaningless or the things that get pushed aside, like the Vietnam trip, like your Misogi, the things that you look back on and you're like, that stand out. I think, you should prioritize those things because they're all that matters in retrospect.
Thanks a lot, bro. I feel a lot better. And as you speak, I just realized something.
Wow.
I've never seen Batman and you at the same place.
That and when it comes to think of it, I've never seen you and Brad Pitt in the same place.
That's kind of dumb. Batman has a mask about what that was. That was very deep. I liked it very much.
Nah, dude, I feel like we have very similar thought patterns, so I really identify with the fear of getting older. But the other thing, this one's a bit more like below the belt, but imagine being a girl and being this age. It would be 1,000 times worse, bro.
Because of their like sexual microvalue jobs in their 30s.
Well, just like let's say you're single in and you're approaching 30 as a girl. I think the feeling of doors closings is true. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think us 27, 28 would have any problem dating a 20, 21-year-old. I think a girl that's approaching her 30s would see her options start to close because her biological window of being able to
Yeah.
have kids, that's a real thing. That's like a
That's not hitting the wall.
yeah. And, I feel like doors almost open as you get older as a man, whereas doors do close because of the biological thing. So it's like, I don't know, feel lucky that we're men and that you get a bit more time to like work out these things and establish yourself because the vice versa would not be great.
All right, so I saw this video or this reel online that I want to share with you. It basically says, "Hey, if you get your girl pregnant now, then you can have 2 weeks of paid paternity leave next year during the World Cup and the GTA 6."
Terrible advice.
So my point is, next year would be a lot of was there the Roman circle thing that the gladiators fighting?
Colosseum.
Yeah, Colosseum. Back then, people would just throw the slaves and the beasts to fight each other until one dies to entertain the people and stop them from revolting.
Sorry, dude. I got distracted by 2026 World Cup. It's in the US. I didn't realize that. Did you know?
It's in Mexico, US, and Canada together. So we don't have to build any new stadiums.
Dude, do you want to do a USA trip next year or like just go to a few games?
Yeah, sure. I'm not really interested in football, but if you want to go, I'll go with you.
We'll do like a dude, I've always wanted to do like a proper USA tour, not Miami or fucking whatever. Like, I haven't seen a lot of the like middle of America, like Colorado, Montana, um, the I think stopping in like college towns and like just the like fun places to be. that are around the World Cup would be extremely fun. Bro, I've always wanted to do this. Hire an RV with a friend and just
Yeah, it has to be camping, bro.
yeah, I'd love to do that for like a month or like a month and a half.
Yeah, same. That's on my to-do list. You know, in California, they have um the toll one. It goes all the way like on the southern border. What's the name of that? The Highway One, California State Route One, Highway One, Pacific Coast Highway. It's very famous.
Let me try and see. Okay, dude, it's all over the country. That's cool. It's in LA, Boston, Vancouver, New York, San Fran, Philadelphia, Houston, Dallas, Miami, Atlanta, another one at LA. Oh, so it's just those over and over.
Yeah, but back to the Coliseum one, I think
Yep.
those are games, footballs, GTA 6. Oh, by the way, GTA 6 is gonna make a lot more millionaires than all the other games is that exist in human history. You see streamers have without a single name just make tens of millions from this game alone. You will see.
Uh, Agreed.
And but basically I think these are distractions. I will do you know last year during the election period of levels, he blocked every single tag that's related to US election during that period. Now looking back, he's pretty smart.
True. It's when a country is like falling apart, they invest in circuses and bread or something to like distract the people. And yeah, I think stuff like GTA and well, it depends, bro. It depends. If that gives you true joy and meaning to watch a football game and a video game, like all power to you. I think we are just the type of people that don't get that type of joy. Let's say playing GTA 6 was 10 out of 10 fun for us. Would that be a waste of time? I would argue no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, commit to me, America, June, July next year.
Okay.
You're down?
I'm down.
We'll hire an RV, cross the whole.
Well, I saw people rent. Instead of rent, they just buy one and like gut it out, make bunk beds, like build like shelves and all that. I've seen a dozen high school kids did this to a school bus. It had the best documentary ever in their life.
I mean, that would be cool, but I don't really feel like renovating a fucking bus.
We could like if we buy one, we can make modifications, and
True.
but we have to sell it at the end. I don't know. It sounds like headache.
We'll look into it. We'll see if renting or buying it makes more sense. Because, bro, imagine how many people have modified one and then wanted to get rid of it and want to do the exact same thing. Uh,
Should we get a squad of 4 or just you and me?
we can put the feelers out if there's anyone you had in mind. It's a pretty big commitment to do. I would want to do it for like at least 4 weeks.
Yeah, at least same.
Yeah, and that's quite a big ask of people.
Are you good at surviving in the wild? You are, right? So I'll have to rely you on that. And how good are you driving long distance?
Um, I mean, America's easy to drive. Like the highways are so big. That's easy. Bro, I don't mean like we go into the fucking forest. I mean like we do a mix of both.
Yeah, I'll say camp one day, hotel next day, because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sometimes it's very hard to like to make sure that you reach the next town by the end of the day. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We do a mix of both. Would be fun. I would love to visit University of Tennessee again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can show me your old dorm room building and stuff.
Yeah, dude, that'd be so much fun. I'd love to go to the South. Um, oh my god, go down. Oh, dude, I love America. I do love America. Miami gave me a bad taste in my mouth, but like,
And this time, instead of Hazan Loop, I really want to give it a theme, like a documentary proper. Like it has to be a reason why we're doing this. Let's say seek ourselves like philosophical, and in the end we realize that it's living in the present. You know those type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you'll be like 1 hour long documentary at the end.
I'm down. I'm down.
Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about politics. If you're done.
Yeah.
So I recently the more I think the politics is just a waste of time.
Yeah. I agree.
So two figures I want to talk about is this Madani guy that basically the next New York City mayor.
Oh yeah, he's a Muslim, isn't he?
Well, it's not official yet, but on Kaushi, I'm sure you know, right? That legalized the betting market is 85% win rate, so it's pretty much there.
Okay.
And he's a socialist. He proposed the state-owned grocery stores, rent freeze. We're fucked, bro.
Isn't he Islamic as well?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Um,
we're gonna have Quran rules.
um, yeah, I only know that because I saw a sneaker clip of him. But New York's always been super blue. It's like that doesn't surprise me a ton that it's a socialist nominee.
And reporters ask him, "Hey, where's the money gonna come from?" He said, "We're gonna tax the shit out of the billionaires. Billionaires shouldn't exist in this world." I was like, economic illiteracy, bro. It's not that billionaires have $1 billion cash in their bank account. Like if you tax them, they will just leave. Guess what?
But that's a great way to get everyone, all billionaires, to never reside in New York ever.
And the next figure is Trump.
Oh.
What's up?
So, I have a close friend is getting married in Ukraine the 8th of June. But the World Cup doesn't start till the 11th of June. Interesting. Could do it after that. I know I need to be in not Ukraine, in Poland. So I need to be in Europe middle of next year is stacking up to be a fun year. As every year.
Yeah.
Getting old is the best.
Did you know that Trump is sending billions of dollars to Israel and stuff? I think I start to hate him honestly.
Um, but that's not just Trump, that's like every candidate.
Every single U.S. politician wear the Jewish cap and the kiss the wall.
Yeah.
And
Have you been seeing a lot of Nick Fuentes on your social media?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I love him.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he was the number one on Spotify and immediately got banned and stuff. And remember Donald Trump was like, as soon as I'm elected the U.S. president, I will release the Epstein file. And guess what? Nothing got released.
True, true.
And now he literally says, "Hey, if you still want to see them Smith files, I I don't even want your support."
The thing is, though, bro, imagine the opposite. Imagine Kamala had won, and how what the world would look like if that had been the case.
Yeah, that'll be worse.
So, yeah. Hello?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I was just holding my phone and accidentally I touched the modem. Uh,
Oh, okay. All good, bro.
where was I?
Talking about
Yeah. No matter what happens in politics, it doesn't make any difference in my life. So I should probably just ignore it. And I remind myself constantly that I'm a third done with my life already. It's terrible trade to consume myself worrying the things that's out of my range of influence.
100%. Control the controllables. What can you do specifically? All right, bro. Do you want to or if I want to wrap up with the thing, I'm getting hungry and I've got some stuff I need to keep done.
How long have we recorded? An hour? Jesus, wow.
An hour 10 might be our longest pod yet.
And I just want one last thing on my notes. So last time we talked about young money. This time, I studied a little about the middle age money. So, do you know Dan Cole, Russell Brunson, Justin Welsh, Simon Squibb?
Yep.
All of them?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. You did some deep digging. So these are the I don't think they're gurus. These are the guys that have a real substance. I'm just not at the level to get it yet. So Danko is more like productivity tips. Russell Brunson is ClickFunnels. Justin Welch is he doesn't even have a YouTube presence. He's only a LinkedIn posts, and he teach people how to build their personal brand and scale SaaS. Simon Squibb is a YouTube star.
You know what all of them have in common besides Sam Squid?
Yeah,
Actually, maybe Sam Squid. They all sell some digital product, and that's like a large chunk of their money. Crazy, isn't it?
I binged Simon Squibb's YouTube channel. He basically, you saw his street nerd interviews, right? Do you have a dream?
Yeah.
Uh,
They could sell.
I I read their tweets. I don't get why people love it so much. Apparently, they're doing millions a year.
Yeah, surely. I'm yeah. Just to wrap up, how's your business up going? Are you still coding apps? I bought your app, which is pretty cool.
I got put in so many different directions. There's this. I met the CEO of Signal.
Yeah.
I yeah, I made YouTube videos for him and this parallel live guy. And there is also the another consumer app, Kabukizi Hong Kong. Now I feel like there's not enough time. I need to focus, and otherwise I'll go nowhere.
What is your like? Where does your mind go to focus on right
I
now? Like what? Not sure. Interesting.
but I'm not in any financial nor wait. Sorry. I don't know, man. What about you?
Um, Honestly, I'm not money focused at all right now. I was going to do a big push into end of year, but then I kind of was like, I have cravings. I have much more cravings to be more sociable and actually do some stuff before the end of the year. Exact same thing happened last year when I hit you up to come to Phuket and then we did Vietnam and then Bangkok and that. Um, I kind of if I have a lot of friction to do something, I don't do it. I kind of just go with what I feel like my energy is going towards because then it will naturally swing back the other way. What happened after the end of last year was, I did 75 hard twice, did my personal brand thing, exploded that, and I like put my head down for like half a year, and I had no interest in going on dates, on meeting people, on social life. So, I'm just gonna lean into that for now. So I'm gonna do a bunch of trips, do social stuff. Crypto Nutshell is still doing really good money. So it's like got money coming in, but I don't need to push to the next level. And I think next year will be the time for that. But maybe not. Maybe I'll get completely bored in like 2 weeks and be like, all right, time to work. But we'll see.
Very cool, bro. I admire you as always, and You live yourself to the max, i- in a very respectful way, man.
Likewise, bro. I think even though we're getting towards the end of our 20s, if you look back and you compared how people live their 20s and you ranked them, I think we would be in the top 1 percentile easy of humans that have lived in terms of like maximizing fun, skill building, relationships, sightseeing, travel, like very maxed it out. Even though it cannot feel like that at times. Bro, look back on your like YouTube videos and your photos and you'll be like, holy fuck, I've done so much.
You are so right about a social thing. When I'm with the travelers, we all we compete is, oh, have you been to that country? How many countries have you been to? Now I build those consumer apps. Everybody's competing MR. It's like status game with each genre. When you're at the tennis court, everybody it's very important what game you choose to play and what kind of people you choose to hang out with because that deeply influences your life trajectory.
100%. 100%. Um, yeah, cool. Bro, I always appreciate jumping on and it's very rewarding speaking to someone with similar thought patterns, thinks the same way. Is trying to navigate life at the exact same point. I think we're always trying to tackle money, where to live, relationships, and it's good to just bounce ideas back. And yeah,
Yeah, I'll say like I met so many successful people that which made me myself for worse. Like now I'm like I'm nobody like I'm just a newbie traveling the world. Just like yeah, you have a couple dollars to travel the world. So fucking what? You're nobody in the game of apps. It's like I was feeling kind of low.
bro, but that's just their status game, and it's like, do you even want to compete in that? Like, are you even the people that you've met? You probably had insight into their life and lifestyle. If you even had that, would you want that?
All right, bro. I'll see you in the. I'll wait for you in the driver's seat of RV next time.
Easy way. Let's end the recording, and then I want to ask you some off podcast questions.